Hey, and we're back. Thank you for tuning in once again. I am Emery John Frazier, and this is episode number 6, and we are both here because we prefer to be the change we want to experience in this beautiful world we call Gaia, Earth, Terra. Pretty sure she got a lot more names. And we're switching gears a little bit today. We're moving forward, and we're going to talk about the 4 principles of the universe. These 4 principles do not change, alter upon anything. They're unconditional. Just like gravity. You've never heard anybody say, man, gravity been treating me horrible today, man. For some reason, just don't like me. I'm going to go home, go to sleep, hopefully wake up in the morning and gravity likes me a little bit better. You've never heard anybody say that. I want you to think about these 4 laws just like you think about gravity. The first one we're going to talk about is I am, which is the 2 strongest words you can ever say in the English language. But I also want you to understand that no matter if you're saying I, myself, whatever the word may be that you're identifying your singular self separate from the whole, you are putting out a request, a wish, a command out to the universe, saying, for instance, I am tired, or I feel tired. However you say that, you are literally Aladdin telling the genie, that is my wish. And the genie always says, your wish is my command, thus you're going to be more tired. I'm going to talk about affirmations at the end of the video a little bit later. I wanted to talk to you about a couple truths that are connected to I am. I am a spirit currently having a physical experience. Here's a physics one for you. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed. Thus, I am forever. And thus, forever, I am changing. But I cannot not be, for I am. Basically, all those are saying is I exist, and I will always exist. My form will change, but I will be. And when you have that understanding, it gives you a lot more peace. A lot of other belief systems can't be upheld when you have that belief system that I exist and I will always exist and I will transform. And that change is always changing, and that it's changing for me rather than against me. So, let's go with one of my favorite metaphors, the raindrop. Innately within itself, the raindrop knows what's good for the ocean is good for me. And it knows the inverse as well, that what's bad for the ocean is bad for me, the raindrop. So the raindrop knows this, and it began to ponder the idea, where do I, the raindrop, me, myself, where do I stop? And where does the ocean begin? I want you to think on that one for a while and see what it does to you, how it makes you feel, how it makes you vibrate. Where do I stop? And where does the universe begin? Another question I want you to think about. We've been talking about responsibility this whole series, about becoming aware and taking responsibility and then changing. Here goes a pretty big belief a lot of people probably don't think about. I know it struck me when I found out about it, and I was like, wow, that changes everything. What if you chose to be here rather than someone choosing it for you, or it happening randomly? That would go hand in hand with the idea of always having free will and being responsible for your actions. And then taking on that belief, you would then have the power. Because it's pretty hard to have power to think that I'm just here just because, or I'm here because somebody else wanted me here. When you're here because you chose to be here, that's a totally different mindset. You're coming from a totally different place. You're being propelled by your own inner drive rather than somebody else's or no one's. So think about that one and see how that changes every other belief. Because there's a lot of beliefs built on top of that one too that can no longer exist if you chose to be here. Then it's never anybody's fault because you chose to be here and you chose this experience. And you're going to have a lot more power. A lot more power with that belief. So let's talk about affirmations. Literally, the power is in the tongue, but it's based off the vibration. Because it is possible to have a vibration and then to say a word that is not connected. For instance, let's say my vibration is I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm hurt, and my mouth is saying I'm happy. Life is great. This is wonderful. Everything's working out for me. Those two things don't line up. Now, there is a thing such as faking it till you make it, where you're saying those things with the intent to transform your inner vibration. That's perfect. That's what you want whenever you feel those negative emotions. You want to transform into positive ones. But there's an instance where you are lying to yourself and you're not trying to transform, you're just trying to push away the negative beliefs. What you resist persist. You can never push anything away and not get it back in return. Where you focus your energy is where you get your return. So, focus on the way you feel and check in with that information, and then take the necessary steps to either to change it or to amplify it. Because if you're feeling great, then you want to even take it the next step and say, I'm feeling 10 times great. I'm feeling so great, I got energy to share with this guy over here. And that's basically everything I want to talk about today. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Oh, let me use an affirmation and put a spell on you before you leave. I am so grateful that this information has connected with you and your loved ones on such a deep level that it connects with everyone in your circle. That this information is not only empowering you, but empowering the person that you opened the door for. The person that you no longer judge. The person that you gave a smile and chose to smile back at the next person. Thank you. You are wonderful. And all there is reflections.